Hey guys, and welcome back to us building the 1 in 350 Hobby Boss battleship Danton. So today we got Danton sitting off to the side since we won't actually be needing her today. What we're going to be focusing on today is building up her funnels. So let's jump right into this. And I also would like to apologize for last week a video not being put up. So what happened was I ended up getting sick. That's the fastest way to point it out. I did everything I was having to do the week before, and then the day I was gonna make the video, which was last Monday, I started feeling like crap towards the afternoon, and then just by the end of the night I was out for pretty much an entire week. So yeah, that happened. But there's certain things you can and you can't do. So let's get started here. So what we're gonna need is C27 and C26. So get 27, next is 26, and of course get these little leftover parts that off from the sprue. So, as stated before, following on from Danton, we will be working on the Enterprise NX-01. However, I have actually recently been looking into also getting my hands on the other Enterprises. So what the plan currently stands, following Danton, we will be building the NX-01. I managed to get some decals for her. I believe they were, give me 1 second, I have them around here somewhere. I think they're from green strawberry. Okay, yeah. So they're green strawberry. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be using those on her when we start that. So next up is bringing both pieces, marrying the two pieces together. See if this works. Or if not, we'll just have to use the good old tube glue. So I now pronounce you husband and wife. See if that works. There's big seam line, but that'll probably go away once we add in some paint in a little bit. But first, let's see if we can't strengthen this bond here. That way we won't have to worry about that later. So next part we're gonna need is C17. Okay. See if there's any more of those little pieces. There are indeed. Also, I would like to say that the 1 in 200 build, the poll, I went and looked at the poll over the week I was sick, and Mikasa won by a landslide. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start looking into different sites such as eBay, Amazon, and all of them, and comparing the prices. I had thought I did find a good deal on Mikasa, but the other day, well, it was too good to be true. I went and looked it up, why it was so cheap, and it was everything but the hull, and yeah, the hull's kind of the most important part. C20. So, but at the same time, while that was highly disappointing, I did manage to get a good deal on a Enterprise B kit, which also made me happy. So that kind of buffed the whole negative aspect of that Mikasa. But do not worry, Mikasa will be coming in the future if all goes as planned, and doesn't seem to be anything that, as far as I know at this moment, that could interfere with that. Mikasa should make her debut on the channel. Use the tube blue for this. Make her debut on the channel in about, let's see, 2 months? Yeah, 2 months from now, at the latest. Oop. Let's get this on real quick and then clean the glue off the tube. Oop, oop. Where's that paper towel at? Move that and take this paper towel. From that project, clean up our glue. Okay. Cap it back. That way, hopefully that'll prevent it from trying to leak out. So, but yeah, that's the news on the Mikasa. So, do not worry, Mikasa is coming in the near future. Okay, next we're gonna need a piece of photo etch. That being a 46. So, get the photo etch, turn it over, see if we can't find 46. And that piece be right here. Okay. And what I'm hoping, is that it doesn't try pinging. Okay, it did not. Good. That's good. Okay. Where is the those real quick. Toothpick and super glue. So get the toothpick and super glue, and what we're going to do is just casually spread it all around the edge here. Hopefully. And that is why you be careful with your stuff, people. Then pick this up, set it down on the thing, and see if we can't bend this to the way we need it to go. Yeah, we're gonna need the actual glue for that piece now. Okay. We're gonna need the actual glue for that piece. So let's put this, let's get the photo etch piece on here real quick. Well, at least try to get it on here. Okay. And it wants to be as stubborn as I expected it to be. And I'll have to fix that in a few minutes. Apparently these pieces didn't like being married very much. So we're gonna put some glue in to fix that issue that we just caused ourselves. So, okay. Next, some glue here. When in doubt, tube glue to the rescue. All right, that's on. We'll set that. So what we're gonna do is for the other photo etch parts, we're gonna wait a little while. I'll do those off camera because those are more tricky and need to be more up close and personal to see those. And I'll probably have to fix that other parts onto the other ones off camera as well, because that didn't want to stay how I planned it. So next is step 19. That's one funnel down, 3 to go. So we're gonna need C29. Okay, here it is. Just repeat the same steps over and over 4 times. And C28. Remove the gribbles from it again. So, something funny, I got asked on Facebook in one of the model groups I'm part of, because I had mentioned it that I wanted to get my hands on all the Enterprises, Star Trek Enterprise kits, so I can have all of them from the original series all the way up to the G. The thing with the G is I can get the G because it's Honer's makes a 3D printed one. So that you can build as either the Enterprise G or the Titan, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And okay, come on. Oop, wait. Almost put that upside down. So, I know Eagle Moss, well, unless I'm wrong and no more are being made, and by the time I try and get it, there is no more, made a little statuette of C-18, made a little statuette of the F, which is also cool in my opinion because that's a fan-made ship. So to see a fan-made ship actually appear on Picard, that was interesting to say the least. But they do have one of those, so I will eventually be going after it. The E, I do have an E kit. I built the Bandai one, although I did not add any of the lights to it, mainly because I'm one of those modelers that really don't care if my models can light up or not. While I do want to try it, that idea kind of flopped with Danton because at the time I didn't have a way to do it. So, okay, that part's on. So, what the plan for that is, eventually when I build when we build Scharnhorst, I may retry that idea, since I do have a 1 in 350 Dragon Scharnhorst. 21. I have an Enterprise C kit. In fact, that just came in, and I actually really want to get into that box and see what's all in it. Another thing which I'm thinking about is perhaps instead of just staying on one project for every other week or every week when we do build, instead of staying on the same project, so the only thing coming on the channel would be, as you would expect, just those videos, I may start switching off. So one week would be one thing and another the following. And I do have some stuff I would like to build. Okay. Along with that, okay, that one's on. So step 20, doing it again. We need 25 now. So yeah, the whole big plan is starting next week. So what it is we'll build Danton like we do this week. However, next week Danton will not be reappearing because we'll be working on our secondary project, which will be a smaller model. I'm still debating on what that smaller model we will be working on is, and okay, that's where I didn't take 24 off the sprue. I'm thinking that for the smaller model, we could build the Trumpeter Belfast kit that came out. Not her in her World War II configuration, but her as she stands now when she was last modernized. And how she sits, which form she's now in on the Thames. Or I may build the, I believe it's Airfix. It's an Airfix kit. Of the Arethusa, or I think it's Arethusa. Tongue-tied. Try saying that several times fast. Okay, C3's next. So we may do those. But then again, I could also just deviate and we could end up building R2-D2's little companion. BB3. I think it's BB3. I don't know. I didn't watch the new Star Wars movies because I was not a fan of the new Star Wars movies. Did I take off the 3 or did I take off? Yeah, I took off the 3, alright. Because I was not a fan of the new series. I only really liked the originals, which was 4, 5, and 6, and then you have the prequels. Okay, next we need a C2. But those are the possible small projects, because, well, the reason why I'm thinking about doing this is it's just, I'm just personally just tired of seeing just working on Danton. Which, don't get me wrong, I like the model. I think she's a very nice model and she's been building up quite well. No trouble at all. But just pretty much every other week just staying solely on Danton does wear on you after a while, and it kind of makes me understand why modelers who have YouTube channels switch out from what they're doing from either week by week or every other week. So like some will do one subject for 1 or 2 weeks and then they'll move to another. Okay, all that's on there. So next we need a step 21. So we need the 22. And 23. Let's keep getting the gribbles off. But back onto our Star Trek conversation. Where were we? Yeah. I have just recently got a model with the Enterprise C. I have the Enterprise B coming in. I already have the NCC 1701 also from the 1 in 350 kit from Polar Lights. So that just leaves me with getting my hands on the Enterprise A. Another interesting topic to speak about, though, is once we do eventually finish with the NX-01, what will we be working on? That I have not yet decided on. At the moment, I'm heavily leaning towards building the very first ship that popped in on our channel. and that would be the Strasbourg, as I do have all her stuff, her decal set, her wood deck, and everything. However, I don't want to make promises because that could always change. In fact, I had to put my foot down because I almost, keyword almost, decided to not build the NX-01 and build the Enterprise C, since she just arrived yesterday. Also, spoiler alert, look forward, because I have decided to try and do a sneak preview of what comes in the Enterprise C box, because, well, what comes with that kit is actually quite impressive in my opinion. All that detail and everything. But okay, we added C4, so now we need C1. At least it's still on the thing. It looks like it was about to fall off. Okay, follow along with this. On other note, I've decided also that okay, that's on. No, almost looked crooked to me. So what we are going to okay, we're on step 22, so we need C5 and we need C6. And Milo came by to say hello. Okay. So, there it is. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, so something which I'm still debating on, I may just do it as a little side project here and there just for me, for when I'm not recording, is I'm going to be doing a kit bash. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking one of the 2 Enterprise G models I have, and I am going to be adding some custom decals to it. Essentially, almost did the same thing I almost did again, where I put it upside down. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking and building my own Neo-Constitution class starship. But this is, I'm just telling you guys something I'm thinking about in the future. It may not actually appear on the channel, but if you guys would like to see that, feel free to let me know in the comments below. C16, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get my hands on some custom decals. I know a gentleman who has a site, it's called G-Cows, I believe it is. And what he does is he makes, I believe it's him who does it, makes a bunch of personal decals to where it's not just stuff like how you get in the kits, where you can sometimes get like a few ships names like Enterprise, Constellation, Constitution, or all that, but you can make your own, or you can have names for ships that don't get included on the decal sheets. Like, for example, the Constitution class had a USS Hood, and that's not included on the decal sheets for several of the Enterprise models. So that's just giving an example, but I have ordered in for that. So, and I may add a few other personal changes to that Constitution 3 class starship. But like I said, if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments, and we'll probably take it and bring it over to the channel if you guys would like to see how that builds up and follow along with that. Okay, next is this piece. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Scratch away those little pieces. In fact, now that I think about Starship, I gotta go check and see if that plane I haven't is ready for when it eventually hits the table, instead of just being at the very bottom and getting warped of a pile. So that concludes building up all 5 of the funnels, except for their missing decals. And so what we are going to do is, let's see, where is the part? We are going to, well, not build both of them. We are going to build one of her boat cranes. So I don't need that piece right now. So the part we need here is, move that off. So we're gonna need H1 for this. Okay. Snip these off. Then we're gonna get rid of this. Luckily these have not been painted yet, so any kind of scratching can just be hid away later when they do get painted. Okay, so H1's added. What we need now for the sides is H3. Let's see if we can't find H3 right here. H3 is tiny as heck. Okay, so turn this sideways, and you probably can't see it, but H3 is going on the side. So for this, we can use the Tamiya fin, since that should help with super small parts. So see if we can't line those up. Don't want to lose those because the floor will not be forgiving. I would not be able to find that. And this has a tiny little piece that needs to come off. Okay, that one's on. We need another H3. Snap it off again. Okay. More Tamiya fin. And nope, almost didn't want to go in. Okay, both those pieces are in now. Next, we're gonna need H4 to continue on with this. Get our little tweezers, get the Tamiya stuff ready again. Wipe it on the sides, then right about, oh boy. And it's not wanting to cooperate, of course. See if we can't try and force it without breaking it. For those who are watching, I'm aware it looks crooked. Okay, that's straightened up. Next, what we're going to need is part 5. So, let's see. Wait, no, we need H2, not H5. So, snap this part off. That's the bottom. We're gonna use this stuff because it works for big pieces. Clean the glue off that just overflowed from the nozzle real quick. I'll have to clean it again in a moment. So this part then goes into both these, like so. Okay, following the addition of that, what we are going to need is H5. So we're gonna snip off carefully because these are very thin pieces. Snip off those from the sides. Then, let's see now. Yes, I know it's not in the right spot. I'm just laying it down long enough so I can bring it up. Had to get it in closer just to see. Okay, that one's on. Next we need the second one. So, same process. And see if this helps make it slightly easier than just relying on our hand. Blue's trying to tell me something apparently for this piece. Didn't want to let her go. So same process. And voila. Now there is still photo etch that's gonna have to get added, such as right here. Then there's the pieces that go there, and there's also the photo etch that makes up the hook. But all in all, yeah, that's everything for Danton today. So I would like to say thank you all for joining me today in building up these parts of Danton. When we return, so not next week, but the week following. So yeah, so when we return to Danton in 2 weeks, we will be adding on her smokestacks and her davit cranes, which the other one should be built up by then. And following from that, we will, I believe, only have her lifeboats following after that to do, and then eventually she'll be done. So we probably have another 2 videos before we reach the end of Danton. So I would like to thank you all for joining me today. If you enjoy what you're seeing, hit that bell icon to be notified of future videos. I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Hope you have a nice day, a nice week. Look after yourselves and take care, and fair tidings to you all. This is Captain Charlemagne signing off.